Want to say good morning, Craig?
Good morning. It's an interesting night here at Fort Parker. We had kind of all night it sounded like we were sleeping in the jungle, right next to the lake in front of the camp area. We were on our way to bed last night and a herd of wild pigs come running right behind our tent, and then we heard ducks and all kinds of other birds all night long on the lake. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. Barbara really didn't care much for it.
Oh, it was all right. It just kept me up all night.
A little cooler this morning than our wonderful weatherman had forecasted.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 40s.
Upper 40s, low 50s, and it's in the high 30s. So a little cooler. A little bit of a drizzle, rain this morning. Hopefully we don't get rained out today. There's a good chance of somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of rain this weekend. So we're crossing our fingers and rolling on. See you on the trail.
So I just wanted to show you too, Craig mentioned pigs were running through our camp. So it was dark. All we could hear was something rustling and breaking branches. And as you can see, the water is right there. So at the water's edge was where they were running through all the way through there, right behind our tent. Anyway, we're gonna do some hiking and we'll catch you later.
So we are getting started here at Fort Parker. It is, what, 9 o'clock? 8:45, 9 o'clock. Still pretty chilly. Sprinkling rain a little bit. Hopefully this will pass. It's a pretty good chance of it doing it off and on all day today. So we're crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. Hoping it don't get too heavy. But if it does, we've got our rain gear in our day pack, so we'll be okay. We are on the
Baines Creek Trail.
Baines Creek Trail. I think it's just about a 2.5 mile out and back.
5 miles round trip.
Yep. So far, pretty nice hike. You can see here it's kind of just it's like an old road at this point. You know, most of these do until you get about a mile off from the trailhead, and then things change.
But here at Fort Parker, most of the trails are pretty easy.
Yep. Anyhow, look forward to a great day of hiking. See you on the trail.
still on the Baines Creek Trail here
Yep.
at Fort Parker.
Been a really nice hike. A little bit of elevation change, not a lot, but I mean the trail is really well maintained. Yeah, I mean it's a double track trail, but you know it's still a wilderness trail. So you know there's been some really neat things to look at. We really enjoyed our hike so far.
Yeah, it's been
This
really
trail
nice.
is about it's a 2.5 mile out and back, and we're almost to the end of it and fixing to have to turn around and head back to the truck.
So it's 2.5 miles one way.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Um,
You know me. I don't know trail names. I don't know park names. Trail distance. I'm just here for the fun of it.
so we're almost at the end, and we'll turn around and, as he said, head back. But supposedly there is a overlook of the lake coming up.
Oh, cool.
We'll see. It's been prettier than I expected. Fort Parker, I love Fort Parker State Park, but the trails are really easy and pretty flat. This has actually been some little ups and downs. It's been really nice.
Yep.
Yep, I can see the lake coming
Yep.
up. A marsh beside it.
Since my camera hooked the limb there, I'll just go ahead and turn around and act like I meant to do this. There you go. There's the lake behind me. I'll play along.
So that would definitely be the end of the trail.
Nah.
I have never in my life seen a trail say end.
I guess we made it.
Interesting. That's the end of the trail. And as you can see, there's just a marsh along the edge, and then the lake is on the other side of that little marsh.
But judging by the tracks, it doesn't look like the pigs have found the end of it. They just kind of run along the bank there. All right, time to turn around and go back. Love you. See you on the trail.
Love ya.
Love you. See you on the trail.
Well, that's going to do it for the Baines Creek Trail. Now we're going to take you over to the historical Fort Parker.
Yep.
And give you a tour
Really
of that.
cool. We've been there once or twice. It's really cool. Last time we were there was about 1 million bumblebees flying around.
Hopefully that won't be the
Hopefully in
case.
January that won't be a problem.
Yeah. So let's head over there. So we're here at Fort Parker, the historic Fort Parker. We'll tell you the history here in a minute because I'm going to have to actually read it off the plaque because I can't remember it exactly. But, but it's historical. The problem with today...
This is a low-budget film.
The problem with today is we get here and we find out that Scarborough Fair actors are here in the fort practicing for Scarborough Fair. So, in case you're not aware, that's Renaissance period. We're in the Pioneer period. So it's kind of going to throw things off a little bit. Anyway, it's still a very interesting historical area. And we're going to try to give you as best a view of it as we can. Yeah, the yellow and blue tints kind of throw a little kink in the feel of it.
Bonjour.
This is one of the cabins.
They say that there was no King Arthur because there's no Camelot. They're not even the ruins of Camelot. However, they have recently found it was built as flat top off a hill, and they had where the post holes were. If Arthur was King of England, he would have been from the era after the Romans had left England. So, what type of fort would they have built? And they said the proportions of it were gigantic, and it was probably quite possibly quite a sight to behold. So, you don't have to squint very much to see this type of fort has been around. It's not just from your time period, 100 years, 200 years. This goes back to the Roman era. The Romans would march, and before they would camp for the night. They would dig a trench. They would put up a palisade.
There you go. Wow.
Building under reconstruction.
Yeah. 1830s Mordecai Yale cabin, originally located near this site. Very cool. Last time we were here, we were able to walk around it. But wow, it looks like it's sustained some major damage.
Yep.
I remember that creek area back there is where they hid the remaining survivors. Yeah, you can actually see the sign says Parker Spring. So I'm guessing this is that creek area that it talks about that they hid the survivors in. Behind the fort.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. We wanted to give you a little more history and be able to take you in the little museum that they have with some artifacts from the original fort. But evidently somebody's using that from the Renaissance period as their quarters, so.
The fort has been overrun.
Yes, it has. By the French. Because we've been greeted in French. And there's one right there.
And English.
And English.
Old English.
Oh, yeah. Lots of different dialects and
They are absolutely in character.
languages. Anyway, so now we'll be headed back to the actual Fort Parker State Park to do a little more hiking, and we'll show you the historic cemetery that's there also.
Yep.
So this morning we did the Baines Creek Trail, which was this out and back, and we took you to Fort Parker, and now we've come back over to the state park and we're going to do the, what is this called?
Springfield.
The Springfield Trail. And it's going to take us, actually we're going to go right up here, do the cemetery, and then go across back this way, maybe that, possibly not, back this way, and then back. And then if we have time, we'll probably do the Burr Oak Nature Trail too. So it should be a little over 2 miles for this trail, and then we'll be back. And then we're camped right over here, just to give you kind of an insight of the park and where we're at. Next time we're going to bring our kayaks and do the Limestone Bluffs paddling trail.
Be cool.
Yes. So let's get to hiking.
On our way.
And actually, too, Craig wants to pan over that way. Right over that way is the day area, day use area, and you can rent canoes and paddle boats. I'm not sure about kayaks, maybe kayaks. But
Yep. Going into that brick or that wood building right there.
yeah. You ready?
Yep.
we've made it just a little ways up the trail. What was this called again?
Springfield Trail.
Springfield Trail.
Can't believe I got that right.
I know. So we made it to the cemetery. This is within the park. So actually this trail that we're doing is supposed to kind of circle the old Springfield settlement site. This one was 20 years old. Seaman, first class, World War II. Well, so this one right here is like a little family plot. Evidently the name was Stroud, but down here on the end is a headstone, and all it says is Servant Burr Colson. No date of birth, no date of death. I just thought that was interesting. And then you get over here, and you start to see these mounds, which last time we were here we found very interesting. But these over here, they're like the rocks are placed in a specific pattern. Like this, that one, and all of those. But there's no headstones, so this is the headstone, that the memorial plaque. Oh wow, look at this. So it says, died in Texas by Mexican violence, slain October 1854 for gold. He suffered much through life and what?
And murmured not.
And murmured not. And if you look at the top, look, somebody's brought out gold chains and put on there. I guess they want to give him back his gold that he was slain for. That's terrible. And then here's one of the ones we were talking about with the mound, and look, it does have a still right in the middle. This one's interesting. Joseph Penn Lynch, born in Kentucky, 1810, a private and captain in the Army of the Republic of Texas, served in the San Jacinto Campaign of 1836 and died in Springfield, Texas, 1860. Well, that's it for the tour of the cemetery. And now it's back to the trail. See you in a bit. So this morning when we were hiking, we were actually parked over there. And we hiked back up in that way.
Yep. And it's just the dam and spillway that goes down into the Navasota River. Folks down there fishing. Alright, see you on the trail.
Those old pillar dillies over there. Was that an old bridge or something maybe?
Pillar dillies.
Yeah, pillar dillies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see the pillar dillies you're talking about. There's
Well,
two there and there's two more over
yeah,
close to the
I
bank.
think that maybe used to be an old bridge or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then there's an island right in the middle. That'd
Yep.
be cool.
Could have been island, bridge to get to the island.
Might have been.
A bridge of pillar dillies.
Yep, might have been.
And we have made it to the natural spring. See water bubbling up there a little bit. Nothing running in from up here.
Nope. It's all coming from...
Bubble it up right there, run right down through there, and right down into the Navasota River.
Very cool.
Yep, very cool.
So we are scrambling right now because we just realized we forgot coffee. This might be an emergency. So this has just been one more trip with Texas Hikeaholics, but all good things must come to an end.
Yep. Had a really good time.
Yeah.
Great hiking. Great pictures, video. And just a good time all around. Weather's been really nice, cooperated.
Yep. We're gonna make it home before the rains
Yeah,
hit.
it's supposed to be some pretty heavy rains moving in this evening, so glad to be going home this morning.
So now it's time to pack it up and take it home.
So we'll see you on the trail.
It's not started. You didn't.
Yes, I did. Leave me alone.
Sorry. Leave me alone.
Oh, she's so bossy. We are, what's the name of this trail again?
Baines Creek Trail.
Baines?
Baines.
I'm horrible.
B-A-I-N-E-S, I believe. Baines.
Yeah, look at the map. I don't know where we're at. I just, Fort Parker State Park. Great hike this morning. I'm just messing with you. Let me start over.
So this morning when we were hiking, Craig, don't laugh.